Welcome everyone to Retro Gold Movies. Today's featured film is Elia Kazan's 1954 classic, On the Waterfront. This Columbia Pictures film was written by Budd Schulberg and stars Marlon Brando as Terry Malloy, Karl Malden as Father Barry, J Cobb as Johnny Friendly, Rod Steiger as Charley Malloy, and Eva Marie Saint as Edie Doyle. The story revolves around a young ex-boxer who becomes disillusioned with the Waterfront mob that his older brother is with, while he falls for a sweet and innocent girl whose brother happens to be one of the gang's unfortunate casualties. On the Waterfront is, without question, one of the finest acting showcases in movie history and continues to be far superior to 99.9% of most acting even to this day. Perfectly cast, Brando's performance, in addition to his tour de force portrayal in A Streetcar Named Desire, had literally changed what acting was and what it was going to be from that moment forward. There are so many scenes in the film where there are absolutely mesmerizing nuances of truth and total honesty in Brando's characterization. From the early courtship moments at the pigeon coop, to the touching meeting at the playground, or his reluctant meeting with the cops, he looks so completely absorbed in the role that his shockingly detailed mannerisms and responses are fully genuine and convincing that one would forget that you were watching an actor. The film also delivers a fully three-dimensional character with Terry Malloy in that you see vastly diverse behaviors with his gangster peers and how he exposes his soft and vulnerable side when with his love interest Edie Doyle. Brando is so good that he elevated the cast around him to a completely different level. Modern day acting is judged by the degree and quality of listening that the actors are able to engage in, and this film is a masterclass in its core acting fundamental. Performances such as these validated the teachings of Stanislavsky, Stella Adler, and the Actors Studio. In fact, it would probably be no exaggeration to state that the legendary taxicab scene with Brando and Steiger has been one of the most studied and performed in movie history from a purely acting perspective. The two brothers are desperately trying to come to terms with each other and the truth of their current tragic situation. It is absolutely heartbreaking, and the empathy or connection that one feels with these characters is nothing short of electrifying, as Brando utters the line, "It was you, Charley." So influential was this scene that Martin Scorsese paid tribute to it in his brilliant film Raging Bull, with De Niro doing his own version of that scene. Praise also needs to go out to the fine performances by Eva Marie Saint in her feature film debut. She wonderfully exuded honesty and idealism that was completely believable. Her scenes with Brando are searing and full of anticipation. Karl Malden as the tough-talking priest was both real and gritty in his portrayal, polar opposites to Hollywood's typical treatment of clean, sanitized clergy. Malden showed humanity and a cracked foundation while facing frustration and disappointment of what he could do with his ministry to help the plight of the oppressed dock workers. J Cobb delivered a fantastic turn in the mob boss role that was anything but one note. In very brief moments, he showed audiences a man that had a sense of humor and who placed huge value on loyalty. Rod Steiger, a wonderful performer, really shone as the older brother to Terry. You see the close relationship between the two brothers and get a sense as to what it was like when they were growing up. Steiger expertly conveys a man who is torn between his commitment to the gang and his responsibility to Terry. It's that ultimate sense of family that makes his character Charley so sympathetic with audiences. Kazan's direction is both subdued and perfect. Opting for realism and strategic use of intimate close-ups, you get a true glimpse and feeling as to what it was like during that time on the waterfront. Shot during the winter, the black and white cinematography is both stark and harsh. One could also speculate this film could also be seen as a vehicle to explain and justify Kazan's own real-life struggles, whereby he named names and not staying deaf and dumb to the House Un-American Activities Committee to report potential communists, a fact that shadowed his career even to this day and made him a villain of sorts with many in Hollywood. This film is also a Catholic film. The imagery of the church, religious symbols and icons, and the ambitious zeal of Father Barry and his moving monologues show the importance of Catholicism while supporting its main character on his road to redemption. The film stays true to the end with one of Father Barry's lines, "Boys, this is my church. And if you think that Christ is not on the waterfront, you've got another thing coming." On the Waterfront is one of those rare pictures that delivered such a deep and expansive experience that there were few, if any, films to match its depth and complexity for years to come. It won a total of 8 Academy Awards that included Best Director, Best Picture, Best Actor, Actress, Screenplay, Cinematography, Art Direction, and Editing. Additionally, this reviewer has seen the film over 10 times and is still shocked by how profoundly superb it is, with this last viewing the most eye-opening. This review and analysis is based on the Criterion Collection Blu-ray version of the film, which was displayed in 1.66:1 aspect ratio. Special thanks and appreciation go to Joel and Catherine for the generous support and gifting of this film. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification for more videos like this in the future. Take care and look forward to seeing you soon.